In today's video, we're diving into a complete step-by-step guide for editing with Wondershare Filmora 14. Whether you're a beginner or more advanced, this full course covers everything you need to know from A to Z. We'll go over all the features and tools for professional video editing, and I'll share some advanced tips, tricks, and techniques to help you get the most out of Filmora 14. We've really gone deep in this tutorial. You won't believe how detailed we've gotten. From AI-powered tools to all the other editing features, we'll walk you through everything in a simple, easy-to-follow way. This course is broken down into 20 chapters, so you'll get a comprehensive understanding of the software. Let's jump straight into the first chapter. In this chapter, we'll cover all of the topics you see listed on the screen right now. I've also included the timestamps for each section in the description below, so you can easily navigate to any part of the chapter that you'd like to revisit. Now let's open up the Filmora video editor. Just double-click on the software icon, and you'll be greeted with the Filmora Start window. Here, you'll see several sections. Create Project. This is where you'll go to start a new project. Filmora highlights popular tools and effects in this section. Local projects here, along with other useful info. Filmora Cloud. This is your personal cloud space for uploading and saving presets or other files. Creator Hub, a place to access high-quality video editing tutorials from both Filmora and other creators. Toolbox. This special section houses all the tools you'll need, including the AI tools. Let's break these down one by one. First, I'll click on the Create Project section, then select the 16:9 aspect ratio. After that, I'll click the big New Project button, and a fresh, empty Filmora project will open up. You'll see Filmora 14's sleek new interface. If you're new to Filmora, don't worry. Let me quickly walk you through the layout. The Project Media area is where you import all your files from your computer. The Timeline is where we drag and drop files to begin editing. The Preview Player is where we can watch and preview our work. The area between the media and timeline is the toolbar, where you'll find all your editing tools. You'll also notice tabs for different assets like media, stock media, audio, text, transitions, effects, filters, stickers, and templates. Above the timeline, you'll find several menus, like File, Edit, Tools, View, and Help. I hope you've got a good grasp on the interface now. It's pretty straightforward, and I'll walk you through everything in detail, step by step. Now let's move on to importing your files. But before we do that, it's important to stay organized, so let's create separate folders for each type of file. To do this, right-click in the Project Media section and select Add New Folder. Name the folder something like Videos. I'll also create separate folders for images and audio. Now let's import our files. Click on the big Import button. This time I'll select the Videos folder and click Open. As you can see, the videos have been imported directly into our Videos folder. I'll do the same for images and audio, ensuring everything is placed in the right folders. It really helps to keep everything sorted, especially as your project grows. This way, everything stays organized, and it'll be much easier to find what you need during the editing process. One of my favorite features is the Smart Media Search. You should definitely give it a try. With Smart Search, you can search your footage by faces. For example, I've searched for faces in my videos, and now I can see only the clips featuring different characters. If I select a face, only footage with that character will show up. It's a super powerful tool for quickly finding specific content. In addition to that, you have Default Search, which lets you search for footage using keywords. Both search features are really handy. If you collapse the folders and go back to the Project Media section, you'll see all the imported files in one place, videos, images, and audio all mixed together. But don't worry, you can easily filter everything. Over on the right side of the media, there's a filter button. You can use this to show only certain types of files. For example, select video to only display videos, audio for just audio files, images for images. You can even apply a compound clip filter. You can also adjust the thumbnail views of your media. Just click on the media thumbnail view and choose between list view, large thumbnails, or small thumbnails. And if you want to get more organized, you can filter your media files by sort by and group by options. On the left side above the media, you'll find the import button. Clicking on it will give you several options, such as importing media files, media folders, or even directly from a camera or phone. You can also use Instant Cutter tool to import, or Auto Beat Sync for music. There's even an option to import from other apps. Lastly, there's a record button. Inside you have options to record from webcam, record PC screen, or record a voiceover. So, if you need to capture something, these options are there for you. In the media section, right-click on any file and you'll see several options for what you can do with that file. For now, let's click on play. So the video will play inside the preview player. Below the player, there are several buttons that control playback, like play or pause, stop, forward and backward. If the video isn't playing smoothly in the player, a good fix is to try lowering the player quality. You can select 1/2 quality or 1/4 quality. I'll leave it at full quality. Before dragging any video or audio into the timeline, it's a good idea to trim it first, so you don't add any unnecessary parts. Place the playhead where you want to trim in or out, and then click on the trim options below the player. You can also trim the clip directly in the media section. Just grab the start or end of the video clip and drag it to trim. Now, when you're ready to add this clip to the timeline, you have a few options. First, if you drag the audio icon, it'll add only the audio to the timeline. While the video icon will add just the video. When adding a video clip to the timeline, you'll be asked to choose the project settings. There are two options: Match to Media, which sets the resolution to match the video's resolution. Keep Project Settings, which uses your preset project settings. I'll choose Match to Media with a resolution of 1920 by 1080 and 25 fps. This slider you see on the timeline is the playhead. The playhead is the vertical line that shows you the current frame of your video. It indicates where you are in the editing process and which part of the video will appear in the preview window. You can also drag and drop any file directly from the media section into the timeline, and then choose your project settings. Or, if you prefer, click the plus sign below the thumbnail of any file in the media section to add it to the timeline, and then choose your project settings. Once your video is on the timeline, right-click on it to access various editing options. For example, if you click on Crop to Fit, your video will be cropped and adjusted to fit the project settings. To crop a video or image, first select the footage on the timeline. Then, click on the Crop tool in the toolbar. You'll be able to crop your video in various ratios, like Custom Crop or the preset ratios listed in the ratio box. For this project, I'll choose the 16:9 ratio. Next, adjust the crop position to your liking, and click Apply to confirm the crop. Along with the crop tool, there's also the pan and zoom feature. To use it, go back to the crop tool. Then click on the pan and zoom section. Here, you can set the start and end positions of the video to create a zoom effect. You'll also find several preset effects for pan and zoom below the playhead slider, such as from far to near, from near to far, from left to right, from right to left. You can swap the start and end points as needed. These effects are super useful for adding dynamic movement to your footage. Once you're happy with the settings, click Apply to save your changes. Now let's talk about splitting your clips. You have several ways to do this. First, place the playhead on the timeline at the position where you want to split the clip. Select the video, then click on the scissor icon above the playhead. The clip will split right there. Another way is to click on the scissor icon in the toolbar after selecting the video, and it will split as well. If you want to delete any part of the video or any element on the timeline, just select it, then click the Delete tool in the toolbar. You'll also see buttons for Undo and Redo in the toolbar. Undo reverses the last action you performed, while Redo reapplies an action you previously undid. Filmora 14 also comes with a magnet timeline feature. When it's enabled, clips will automatically snap together as you move them, preventing gaps or overlaps. This makes it easier to arrange clips precisely and keep your edit neat. You can toggle the magnet timeline by pressing P on your keyboard. When the magnet timeline is enabled, clips will snap together, making precise arrangement simple. If you disable it, clips can be freely positioned, which gives you more control but requires a bit more manual adjustment. The Auto Ripple tool in Filmora automatically adjusts the timing of clips on the timeline when you make changes like deleting, inserting, or trimming. When Auto Ripple is enabled, changes will ripple through the timeline, keeping everything in sync. When it's disabled, deleting or inserting media will leave gaps or cause overlaps, and you'll have to manually adjust the remaining clips. Now, if you have both Enable Link and Enable Magnetic Timeline activated, you get the best of both worlds. Clips on the same track will stay linked and move together, while the magnetic timeline ensures that all clips, including linked ones, snap into place automatically. This makes your editing workflow much smoother and more organized. Essentially, Enable Link keeps clips together within a track, and Enable Magnetic Timeline ensures that everything on the timeline aligns properly. When you double-click on any video, photo, audio, or element in the timeline, it opens several panels and tools for editing. You'll also notice that you can change the layout of these panels to suit your needs. To do this, click on the Layouts menu above the player. From there you can try out different layouts like Default Layout, Organize Layout, Timeline Layout, Short Video Layout, which is designed for editing vertical videos like those for social media, For now, I'll choose the Classic Layout. These layouts in Filmora allow you to quickly switch between different workspace configurations, optimized for specific tasks. Next, click on Display Settings below the Preview player, then select Change Project and Aspect Ratio. Here you can adjust the project settings such as Aspect Ratio, 16:9 widescreen, Resolution 1920 by 1080 Full HD, Frame rate 25 FPS, Color Space, SDR-Rec, 709. These settings are essential as they define the overall quality and compatibility of your final video. When you double-click on a video clip in the timeline, it opens the Video panel where you can make various adjustments. In the Transform section, you can use the Scale tool to resize the video clip, making it larger or smaller within the frame. You'll also see the Position X and Position Y settings, which control the horizontal X and vertical Y placement of the clip. Adjusting these values lets you move the clip left or right X, or up and down Y within the frame. The rotate option in the transform settings lets you spin your video clip around its center point. In the transform settings, you can also flip the video either horizontally or vertically, creating a mirror image. These adjustments can be combined for unique effects like flipping the video and then rotating it. If you want to reset any of these settings, just click the Reset button next to Position, Rotate, or Scale in the Transform settings. This quickly restores the default values. Now, let's talk about keyframes. The Add Keyframe button at the top right of the Transform panel lets you create keyframes for all adjustable properties: Scale, Position X, Position Y, and Rotate, all at once. This is great if you want to animate these properties together over time. To animate only the scale of a clip, add a keyframe for scale at your starting point on the timeline. Move the playhead to a later point and add another scale keyframe. Adjust the scale value at either or both of the keyframes. Filmora will automatically animate the scale change between these 2 points. If you want to animate just the position of the clip, add keyframes for position X and position Y at different points on the timeline. Change the X and Y values at these keyframes to create movement. For animating rotation, simply add keyframes for the rotate property at different points on the timeline. Change the rotation angle at those keyframes, and Filmora will create the spinning effect. If you ever want to delete or clear all keyframes at once, right-click on the video with keyframes and choose Clear All Keyframes from the options. To animate scale, position, and rotation together, click the Add Keyframe button at the top right of the Transform tool. This will create keyframes for scale, position X and Y, and rotate at the current playhead position. Then, move the playhead. Add more keyframes as needed. At any keyframe, you can adjust the values for scale, position, and rotation. Changing these values at a keyframe will affect the animation, influencing how the property changes over time between that keyframe and the adjacent ones.
The skyline's blowing, takes me back in time to laughter and long nights we left behind.
Filmora will animate all 3 properties simultaneously between those keyframes.
Chasing horizons with open eyes. Yeah, I walk along where we once ran, through streets that still hold the shape of our plans. The skyline feels like a friend I knew, holding the echoes of me and you.
Right-clicking on a video clip in the timeline and selecting Show Keyframe Animation will open the Keyframe Timeline view, where you can visualize and fine-tune the keyframes you've created for properties like scale, position, rotation, etc. This view gives you more precise control over animation timing and easing. You can also adjust the position of the keyframes here. The Path Curve control, available both in the Keyframe Animation view and the Transform tool, lets you tweak the easing of your keyframe animations. The path curve is a visual graph that shows how a property changes over time. This is visible as lines on the preview player, allowing you to fine-tune how your animations feel. Within the Keyframe Animation view, after selecting keyframes, you can apply Bezier curve easing effects for smoother animations. These effects include linear for a constant speed, curve for a customizable transition, curve continuous for a smooth transition, freeze to hold a value in place, ease in for a slow start, ease out for a slow end. Beyond using the preset Bezier curve effects, you can manually adjust the animation curve graph. This provides you with highly customized control over the acceleration and deceleration of your animations, giving you unique, nuanced movement. This process is identical for rotation keyframes as well, giving you smooth and customized rotational animation. The keyframe animation area can be toggled on or off by clicking the keyframe animation button located on the video clip in the timeline. Clicking once reveals the keyframe animation, and clicking again hides it. You can also adjust the position of keyframes directly in the timeline. Right-clicking on a keyframe will give you options to delete, copy, or select the keyframes. For example, if I want to select all keyframes, I can click Select All Keyframes and move them together. To copy keyframes, right-click, then select Copy Keyframe. Then, move the playhead to the position where you want to paste the keyframe. Right-click again, click on Paste Keyframe here, and the copied keyframe will be pasted. The File menu in Filmora 14 provides access to core file operations. For now, let's click Save Project as to save your work. The shortcut for Save Project as is Ctrl+Shift+S. It's essential to save your project regularly to prevent data loss and keep your progress safe. After entering your project name, click the Save button, and your project will be saved. Next, drag a second video clip from your media library and drop it onto the timeline above the existing video clip. This will create a new video track. Select the top video clip you just added and double-click it. This opens the compositing controls, which are typically found in the video panel. Within the compositing controls, you'll find the blending mode drop-down. This menu includes various options like normal, multiply, screen, overlay, and more. Try experimenting with these to see how the top video blends with the one below it. To preview your edits smoothly, click the Render Preview button in Filmora. This generates a temporary, lower-quality render of a section of your timeline, providing smoother playback for complex edits. Also, within the compositing controls, locate the opacity slider. This controls the transparency of the top video. Lowering the opacity allows the video below to show through more. Adjust the slider until you achieve the desired level of transparency. To create a fade-in opacity animation on the top video track, first, position the playhead where you want the fade-in to begin. In the compositing panel, add an opacity keyframe. Set this initial keyframe to the starting opacity value, for example 50%. Then, move the playhead to where you want the fade-in to end. Add another opacity keyframe, and set it to 100%. Filmora will automatically animate the opacity change from the starting value 50% up to 100%, creating the fade-in effect. Below the preview window, you'll find controls to adjust the timeline view. Use the plus and minus buttons to zoom in and out. To modify a video's background, double-click the clip in the timeline. In the video panel's basic section, find the background tool and toggle it on. Open the type box and choose from options like blur, color, or pattern. For example, in color, you can select a solid color for the background. And in pattern, you can pick a pattern design. By selecting blur, you can choose from various blur styles such as direction blur, grainy blur, color blur, and more. Additionally, you can adjust the blur level, controlling how much blur you want to apply. The background tool is especially useful when the aspect ratio of your footage doesn't match your project settings. It allows you to fill any empty space with a color, pattern, or blur, effectively improving the visual composition of your video. Now, let's add a new video clip to your timeline. Double-click the clip to open the video panel. Scroll down to the basic section and find the Auto Enhance tool. Toggle it on to activate the effect. Auto Enhance acts as a quick video improvement tool by automatically adjusting brightness, contrast, saturation, and sharpness. Another useful timeline navigation technique is right-clicking and dragging. This allows you to pan across the timeline and easily view different sections of your project. To add a drop shadow to your video clip, double-click the clip on the timeline to open the video panel. Scroll down and locate the drop shadow tool. Toggle it on to activate the effect. In the drop shadow controls, you'll find different shadow types to choose from: soft, tiled, projection. You can further adjust the shadow's angle, which controls its direction. Additionally, by adding keyframes to the angle property within the drop shadow controls, you can animate the shadow's direction over time, creating dynamic and engaging effects. You can also select a drop shadow color that fits the aesthetic of your video. Experiment with different angles and colors to achieve the effect you desire. To further refine your shadow, adjust its distance, blur, and opacity to fine-tune how the shadow looks in relation to your video.